And now our first feature, Stout.
Thanks everybody for showing up. That's many of these poems don't have titles. This is an invocation. Random winds may shift the surface. Random winds may shift the wing. When winds so shift the shapes of branches, so then the wind confronts the wing. So then the wing becomes the mind. And when the surface lifts as such, it shakes the branch, it opens eyes. The pattern of geology. To cross the crevice growing wider, awaken to those most outward of sounds, stretched in a mesh that inhabits the edge of all bodies. Settled as the silt settles into stone, a flame can bear the cold weight to free the clays and all that has lain in plain adherence and simply stayed, as dust lies in a tomb of forgotten things, where first a candle, then a hand, breaks the seal to bring what is unknown out, and the knowledge within. To merge without defining layers, become a simple substance, like the discrete strata of similar color, where none can discern the dividing line. Everything is surely grateful and the same, everywhere and permanent. The unbroken pattern drifts not above or below, but through the most blue of all surfaces. The twig of her arrival. The branch begins its gnawing in a season that is wrong, is heard over breakfast, on the bed, in the uncluttered ear of the body. From a distance like this, what is sparse and dead, deliver without control the only husks of prevailing wind, when by right no wind should bend a branch to scratch the inner measure. An object only, definite on the wheel churning, part of the one and only sure occurrence. A fine dark point contains the seed, a kernel catalytic as that life perceived. Strong seed, life bleeds, simple growing to the ground, to bend with wind and bear it. 6 lullabies. This is for Sean, who wanted me to read it. I lean back in my chair as far as I can go and fall into the night. It bears me up on branches to brush my hair against the stars. I dream of your delivery from the breaking of the boughs. Lean back in your chair as far as you can go and fall into the night. It bears you up on branches to brush your hair against the stars. I dream of your delivery and the breaking of the boughs. Lean back in your chair as far as you can go and fall into the night. It bears you up on branches to brush your hair against the stars. I dream of your delivery from the breaking of the boughs. Lean back in your chair as far as you can go and fall with me into the night. It bears us up on branches to brush our hair against the stars. I dream of our delivery from the breaking of the boughs. I lean back in my chair as far as I can go and fall into the night. It bears you up on branches to brush your hair against the stars. I dream of our delivery in the breaking of the boughs. Lean back in your chair as far as you can go and fall with me into the night. It bears you up on branches to brush your hair against the stars. I dream of my delivery from the breaking of the boughs. This next piece, which is a long one, is a fragment series which begins with the line by Rutgett from The Waking. We think by feeling, so what is there to know? Dark again, I drag December through to March. I see the rings beneath your eyes, hear the bruised and beautiful toll, the clear peal of copper bells all night. The small parts of speech take breath from blood and turn blue. The arteries harden and narrow, the veins swell to varicose, their tracks scar and mark the surface skin. Blood pools in the extremities or never reaches there at all. Alcohol and smoke give off a certain false warmth. In the center, the muscle squeezes, the valves flap and beat, a machine without grease, each part overheating and the engine threatening to seize. In my short speech, I hear the familiar stroke slide awry and do not mind. Amazing, nothing in my lungs. All this hot air cannot violate the invisible. The broken spoke turns rattle. The easy wheel unwinds. The bare branches of the tree, too many hands for mine to ever hold. Rough bricks in the sun. Building starts with one. The sheer blue sky discovers you. Be still and dark, be part, not something else, not someday soon, but now. Be sharp, both point and reason for sleep. A falling off, a sliding down, a soft surround of central spoke, silent muscle, surround so sweet the shared desire. Long and short electric fibers take to part and probe by hand and hair the invitation to include. Be more than missed, mistaken. This is gift, not neat, concise, but right. My like biology. Like a sea thing born, untrussed from sand, I return to the same place, according to the raiment of the stars. What I once planted turns pivot. The incessant makes sense. The sea of tranquility is yours, a quiet place of dust, dry and dark. So far away, I find myself in tides. Each wave that crashes in my lap, your way in yet another phase. The beat of my heart moves me toward the sea. The ocean within me spreads across the shoreline. The cut bank crumbles and falls. On the beach I leave the worn wood of my hands, the broken nets that once held my head, the first stones that broke from my mouth to tumble in the sand and turn smooth, the sand that spills from the deepest sleep. Something of my center recedes and pulls all but the spray back into some only certain churning. What moves me most is the moon, not one that I can see, but one I can't imagine. The cold and weary stone that stares between the stars. Moonface, dull part and dark curtain seam, I see the dark and livid side, now spread apart, now brighten me. How still the waters you unfreeze. They move, and I believe they move. I ride these vessels back. Another phrase spills forth.